We're going to make a fairly quick, basically a hinged bracelet. So measure around your wrist, starting at the middle, go all the way around, come back. That's the distance that we need to start with. And we're going to use 3mm round sterling wire for this, half hard. Cut your material to length. You can just chop it, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have this nice and flat. Mark 20mm from each end, and we're going to planish that to half its thickness, maybe even a little bit smaller. So that's a little over 1 mil thick. Looks like about 1.2. So do both ends. And you're going to have to anneal these ends now because you've work hardened them. At this point, file so just tidy up the ends a bit before you anneal it, because it's easier to work the metal when it's hard. Sand those ends so they're not rough. Now you only have to anneal the ends because all of the rest of it is still half hard. So just bring this up to a dull red. Like that. Make sure the whole length is red. I haven't pickled it yet because it doesn't really make any difference to what we're doing at this point. So I marked the center of my length of wire, and with my oval bracelet mandrel I have a mark in the middle, and we're just going to push that around by hand. Yeah. Now we're going to take our flat round pliers, and on one end we're going to make a pretty big loop. So I'm up at the big end of my pliers. Don't close it, because that we're going to put our material in there. This end we're going to turn into a hook. Like that. And now you can make whatever you want to make. Just as an example, I'm going to use this heart shape that I made by folding it, planishing it, and opening it up. But that would make quite a nice bracelet. Yeah. Spend a little more time with this, get it the proper shape, hallmark it, and polish it, and that's it. A nice quick bracelet. I would go ahead and roll this on over so that it captured this piece, so that this does act like a hinge, and it will be just work hardened enough that it will keep its shape, so you can compress it, put the catch on. Now this is a little bit small for this, but you can make it whatever you want. When I started this project, it was with the idea of using one of these. This is just a disc that I popped out using my disc cutter. It is a little bit thicker than normal. It's 1.2 thick because I wanted something that was a little substantial for the bracelet. Now, when you make your bracelet, you know what size piece you need, and this I cut to size. So once I pop this out on my disc cutter, I just put a message on it, and because Christmas is coming, it would be quite easy to pop these out and put a personalized message on each one of these things, and you could see how quickly that's done. Now hallmark this piece because it's separate, it's not attached, and when you have more than one piece connected, even if it's riveted, it's not part of the main piece, so hallmark each piece. So that's it, a nice simple little bracelet. You could use a solid disc and drill holes, but because this works so easily with this concept, I would just do it this way. Now, I forged 20 mil on the end, and you can see that it's a little bit more than necessary. You could probably do it with 15. So that's it. Polish it up, and you're done. Cheers.